it's kind of slow. Gotta make sure we get your cup right. Mm-hmm. You understand me? Hold up. Wait, I'm playing. You know they gotta let these folks.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game, that's who I made my wife. Said I die alone, I told that bitch she probably right. One thing that's for sure.
Hope I ain't got to throw mine back like that.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Quanitea Radio. Today, we have a very special guest. I'm interviewing Mr. Shamario Gray.
You know me?
Of VVS Kutz Barbershop, CEO.
Yes, sir.
Owner.
Yes, sir.
This is him. How does that feel for me to say that? Like, you the CEO, the owner. Like, how does that feel to hear that?
It feels like we got work to do. I mean, I love it, but we got work to do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. With that title, you got so much to step on and accomplish. You know what I'm saying? It's work. I mean, I love it, though. You feel me? So I'm into that.
Okay. He said he got work to do, so this is not the end. Y'all going to be seeing way more of him and hearing way more about him. That's what I love to see, what I love to hear, especially from my African-American brothers. You know, seeing your growth is awesome. Like, we've been knowing each other since teenagers.
Sure.
So I'm talking about, like, 16 years old. Like, I've been knowing him, so I've seen the major growth, so I can definitely be proud of what I'm seeing right now and being in his establishment that he owns. So that's super dope. I just wanted to let you know that and congratulate you on that. I want to start off with how was your early life, like back when we were around each other? I feel like you were searching for yourself, for this person, for this man that you have become now.
Yeah.
So how was your early on life?
Man, it was a learning state just for any young man, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to make his own way, you know what I'm saying? Just getting the ideas and steps of what you're seeing and everything else from friends and all of that, you know what I'm saying? It definitely made it difficult, but at the same time, it gave me options. So with those options, I just maneuver, got to see what it is to make my own market and my own move. And here we are, man. And some of the things that I do now, I was already picking up. I just never would have thought. You know what I'm saying? And I guess, at the end of the day, this all makes sense to do it like this. You feel me? So it's just walking with God. Like, this is all for him. This is all to him because I couldn't have did nothing without him. Like, I didn't argue with him. I didn't second guess what he was showing me or what he was doing. I just respected it, understood it, and moved how I thought to move.
You know that path was leading to something greater.
Yeah.
The stuff that, you was going through, or, even if you had any self-doubt or lack of confidence, you knew it was something greater coming.
Yeah, it's definitely, not say difficult, but like I said, the visual got to be there. I think my visual was just distracted, you know what I'm saying? But I had an idea of what I wanted to do or what I wanted to be. You feel what I'm saying? So that made it a little easier, but it's easier said than done. I can't cap. Like, it's easier said than done, and like I say, it's work every day. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but I definitely try to strive for greatness and the perfect idea of what I want it to be, for real.
Right. So how has your life changed for you since then? Like, more confident in self? Are you content? And I don't even want to say content because I feel like, no, you're not. You all, like you said, you always want to strive for greatness. So, like, how has your life changed from your earlier self to right now? Like, how is that for you?
Basically, more discipline with options. I think the discipline and then the fact that I got something in return and then I respected it. It's like, oh, yeah, for real? All right, I'm going to keep moving like that. You know what I'm saying? So that made it easier to just make certain moves. Like, man, so just understand where it was coming from. And that's why I give it all to God, because it's like I understood where it was coming from. This was already designed. I just had to walk with him.
You had to put in that work.
Yeah, it definitely made it easier. But at the same time, there's still those temptations and things like that. Like I said, your surroundings is everything. So I definitely try to make that that more of a, like, knowing myself. Like my dad always told me, he said, Vito, you ain't gonna know who you is until you by yourself.
That's facts there.
So the more time I put myself by myself, I learned what I wanted, how I wanted, and what it was gonna be. So it was nobody or nothing that can get in my way of what I wanted to see or what I wanted to do. So.
Because it was just you and yourself. Like,
Man,
the vision is
like,
tunnel vision.
Like even if I was by myself, you know what I'm saying, in any situation, like, I'm going to react how I need to react. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's just the boss in me. That's just what I want. That's how I move. Like it means something to me. Like, that's just what it is.
Okay. So let's talk about cosmetology school.
Man, I feel like I'm on point. Go ahead, you get it.
Let's talk about cosmetology school. Did you?
Yeah.
I remember, actually coming to see you at cosmetology school.
Yeah.
And you doing hair and stuff.
Was it the one on March Lane?
On March Lane.
Okay,
I
yes,
sat right there in the chair and I watched you. So I've been a part of the, you know what I'm saying, the come up for sure. And seeing you from
them days,
going to cosmetology school, from going to a barbershop to now your own barbershop, your own establishment. So how was cosmetology school for you? Did you always know you wanted to be a barber, like going into cosmetology school?
Did I know? Nah. I mean, I ain't gonna, like I said, I always fiddled and faddled with things that I like or I needed to do myself, like a haircut, things like that. Whatever it was, things I needed to do by myself, I always faddle with those things. You know what I'm saying? So
self-sufficient.
Yeah. So barbering kind of popped up, like, man. And then I'm getting cut by these dudes and I'm liking how they vibe and all the little stuff and they cuss and everything. I'm like, man, think I can make some money? Think I can? All right. I will. And that's just where it came. And then I signed up for school. I was working at Walmart. I'm like, man, I'm tired of this retail stuff. They got me under here with this mop, this broom, trying to get all these toys and things from under here. It was like seasonal time. And I was like, man, I feel like I'm working like a slave. This ain't even right. Like, especially for what I wanted to do, what I was thinking and feeling like this ain't me. Mm-hmm. So I ended up just taking advantage and like, look, I'm going to just sign up for barber school, like, instantly, because I was already playing around lining my partners up and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to just sign up for barber school. And I ended up doing it and everything. And it was like, man, this is what we doing. And I was like fascinated with the whole process and the whole thing. Like, I'm really in this. I'm really loving this. And just my energy changed. Like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to make my mark on the world. This is how I'm going to put that stamp. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is how I'm going to do that. So from barbering to cosmetology, women's hair, all that, like, I was just fascinated by the whole thing. I'm like, man, this is hard. They doing this, they doing that. Like, at that time, like, money didn't even matter because I'm so fascinated by the craft. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is all dope. And just from there, just having that energy and that, I think it just took me away from my past, you know what I'm saying, in a way where it gave me a new energy, you know what I'm saying? So
it gave you something to look forward to.
It gave me a new creativity in the right way, how I'm trying to holler at people, how I'm trying to do things, how I want people to see me and how I want to see myself at the end of the day. So that made it easier. Like, man, I'm making people feel good. Ain't no more, none of that. You feel me? We good. You feel what I'm saying? So it definitely gave me a new perspective. You feel what I'm saying? How I wanted to touch the world and how I wanted things to work. For surely, like.
Okay.
Man.
Most of the time you say you were making people feel good, but you were feeling good too. Yeah, and that's the main part.
You feel me?
You want to be doing something that you feel good about.
Man, for real. I was loving it.
Okay. So working at cosmetology school, did you have the idea, you knew the idea, like, okay, I want to own my own shop one day?
Yeah,
or just want to be a barber at first?
I don't know, like, it popped into my head just to be my own boss. You know, I grew up, you know, I watched my pops, you know, basically, like, he worked for himself, but, you know, he sells somebody else's idea or, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? A certain system or whatever the case. So I'm like, I want to do something that's me so they know it's real. You can't tell me what I feel or what I do. You feel what I'm saying? So I just took it like that. And then, like I said, time and tail and barbering was just something like, man, I remember the pops never used to let me get the haircut I wanted. Like, he used to take me to this dude named Terry, man, gave me a bowl cut down there. And man, no lineup in the front made me rock the baby hair. This is like 7th, 8th grade. He had me out of pocket, man. I love him though, but man, you had me out of pocket, man. For real.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, no lineup though. Like man, everybody had to line up. Little dudes had the earrings and shit. I had no earrings. I had to go to Claire's, man. Don't tell nobody, man. Had to get the magnets, man. You feel me? For real. Cat though. But,
okay.
Man, it was cool. It was cool.
Okay, so from cosmetology school, you jump right into working at a barbershop, right?
Yeah, like I had my little fumbles and things like that, whatever life goes. But I ended up jumping into an apprentice program because I was already cutting, like so. Mm-hmm. I jumped into that apprentice program and then just working with other barbers and things like that, different shops. It kind of like it was cool and all, but I got to see how everybody do and how everybody moves. So I started just all right. That didn't work because this ain't right. Went over here, that ain't right. And then just rocking with my boy Otis and shit at the razor because me and him had, conversations I remember. So we talking about what he was going to do and I'm talking about what shit. I'm trying to figure out what I'm finna do. And he made his move and I was like, damn, we're over there. He doing this thing because we chopping it up. So I'm like, all right, cool. Yep. Eventually it just, man, go over there, man, and go do what you need to do, man, because over there you're able to grow. You feel what I'm saying? So I went over there like, all right. First time OG shot, he was like, man, he was on me, man, but I told him I ain't cut kids for $12. Man, he told me pack up, man, for real. Because at the time, man, we was cutting kids for like $20, $25, $30, just depending, because how the shops, wherever they was at, they name or rep or whatever. But but I ended up growing up mentally and just understanding like, man, I ain't really in it for the money at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of Gucci, but I just really want to grow my craft, and I know there I'm able to grow my craft around some men that been around and know the game. So I wised up quick, you feel what I'm saying, and matured, and I was like, all right, bro, holla at OG for me, man. I need to get back, man. These people here crazy. So that worked, and I got back in there, and I put my head down and got busy. You know what I'm saying? Like I really got busy. And just ideas of creating my own brand, the logo, everything that is today, like that started that day, like that started, like the idea of just me being my own boss and getting to the shop early and things like that, having that set program to move a certain way, like, cause man, like we was running around in the streets, so it was like, man, you was up early for that, you gonna be up early for this, you feel me? So I was like, man, and something I love to do and I want to grow at, you feel what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to be up for that. So, cause like I said, going to my first barber school, I was catching the bus, I was walking sometimes, you feel me? It was just certain situations I didn't have, so I made it work. But that push made me today, so, like, man, but, yeah.
I think that stands out too, being in the right environment, around the right people that want to see you grow.
Bro was definitely the right people I needed to be around. Like I said, like that shit meant a lot just to have somebody holler at you, you know what I'm saying, and see their steps, and you know what I'm saying, and rock with them, you know what I'm saying. It was just beautiful, you know what I'm saying.
Kind of learn from their steps too.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's steps. It just wasn't just one soul. It was all souls. You know what I'm saying? It was everybody. Everybody's moves made me who I am. Like, but it was the moves where it was like, this is right. This is how you do this. You feel what I'm saying? So it just made me more creative. Like I said, I had options. When you use people as maps and they give you the game, you got to listen up for that, because that's making it easier to make moves that, you know what I'm saying, you may not be seeing right now. You feel what I'm saying? But when you get to them, you're like, it's like you've been there before, or you know how to move because you trust that. It feel like that's right. So you move like that, and then you reap the benefit of that. So I definitely reaped the benefit of just what was already in me and what I was showed. So it just made it easier to grow. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know how to do certain things, but you never know how to do something like what I did. So it's like, how do you get ready, or how do you understand situations that you've never seen? You feel what I'm saying? Or you never been in, or whatever the case, or may come or may not have come. You feel what I'm saying? So you always got to be able to prepare for something. And I think I learned that the best, just like I said, working in different shops and being around the right people, just really chopping it up with them, really just listening more than just trying to talk.
Exactly. And that's what you got to do when you trying to learn and grow. That's what you got to do. You got to be able to be teachable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like definitely working in a barbershop around the right people in the right environment made you go harder for your vision. Yeah. So that's
and like I said, they story and everything, like, man, man, some of these barbers put in 20, 30, you understand me? Whatever years, you feel me? Something nice, you feel what I'm saying? I mean, a lot. You got to think the time they spend away from their family, just, man. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that they do, like, man, that's a lot. Like, you got to respect that man's struggle and everything he put in to make something build and touch the people he needed to touch. Like, that's real, you feel what I'm saying? And for me to be able to feel that and see that, like, man, come on, you already know what we finna do. Like,
man, it was grind time.
Man.
Off bat, it was grind time.
Sean Green, he molded my diamond. He put he gave me that piece and that touch I needed. You know what I'm saying? That I needed. You know what I'm saying? To grow. You know what I'm saying? To play for keeps. How I always been. Like, this is how you do this, and you ain't even got to think about the rest. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like, you already move how you need to. So thinking less, work, be smart is good. Be about it or be without it. And when you break that down one way, not 1,000 different ways, just one way, you just move correct.
Man, you definitely put in the work, and we here right now, VVS Kutz. So I want to get into VVS Kutz. That's what I'm trying to get into.
The name.
Where did the name come from, and why?
Well, my middle name is Vito. Everybody call me Vito. I never tell people my first name unless we in school. You know me, this, that, and the third. But my cousin, Mike, he always used to call me VV. You know, everybody got their little abbreviations for names and nicknames, whatever. But that came the way that came, and I'm just like, you know, VV, you know. Then they have these other little nicknames for me and crazy names, and I'm like, VVS. And then I was like, I like that, VVS, because I felt like what I was going through at the time, even early on stages, was a struggle. So I was like, that's a diamond. Pressure buzz pipes of pressure, you make a diamond. So I felt like what I was living and what I was going through was my struggle. So VVS, I'm a diamond, flawless diamond too. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, man. And then I just ran with that. And then it was VVS Styles, this and that. I'm like, okay, because I was into, like, you know, men's cuts and women's cuts. I liked the whole creativity of the game. And then I was like, you know, VVS Kutz, you feel me? Because I started seeing people steal my name. I'm like, man,
you like, let me
switch this up and go crazy, you feel me? And then VVS Kutz is kind of like carrots to me, like, but, you know what I'm saying? It kind of, I don't know, kind of jingled to me some type of way. And then the whole logo came apart because I was just like, man, everybody got these cartoon, man, all these people in my inbox sending me these cartoon logos. I don't even want no cartoon. But I didn't want a cartoon of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't it, or just my name, VVS Kutz. Like, nah, we bigger than that. So it took years to, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, all right, I want a logo, man, like an actual diamond person. But they got to do it like this. You feel me? So then I sent this dude, B Meezy's original. I sent him I said, man, hey, I've been watching your work, man. I need a logo, man. Can you do it for me? He was like, yeah, I got you. I'm like, all right, look. So I sent him a picture, like a few different pictures I was looking at. And I said, but I sent him a few pictures of me. I'm like, blend it with me and the diamond, like make us one. You feel what I'm saying? He was like, all right. Man, this man took a minute. Man, I ain't gonna lie, but, you know, patience is a virtue. You get what you need at the end of the day. So I'm just working and grinding, and I got that logo. I'm like, he had this on, that on. He had a cord. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I love it. But, man, take the cord, because we kind of 21st century. We ain't even using cords no more. And then throw up the V, because that's what I usually be throwing up at VVS Kutz, kind of like my little sign of throwing up, you feel me? And do this, do that, take off them J's, and you feel me? And he sent it back to me. It grew on me. I'm like, yeah, that's it. You feel what I'm saying? And
you felt that was the one.
I was like, it's it. But wait, let me play for keeps. Let me, before I post this and somebody play with me. You feel me? Let me register this thing and get this thing right. I ain't got no time. You feel what I'm saying? Because, man.
Exactly, that's your trademark.
Yeah, so I had to, you know, register that thing, get that thing right before I did anything. Like, I had the LLC and everything like that, but that's only minor protection. You feel what I'm saying? People take logos and do the most, you know what I'm saying? So I had to get that right ASAP. So I did that. Then I dropped some merch, you know what I'm saying? Then I went crazy. Then I'm like, I'm really branding myself. You feel what I'm saying? This is how I'm going to do it. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I ordered 100 pieces. I went to Create Designs. I went through them. And then,
shout out to you saying who you went through, because some people be so stingy with their stuff.
They
don't want to see other
folks,
people grow.
Like I said, man, these my folks, man. I ain't no cap in my rap. I'm telling you, they know me better. You feel me? Like, man. And that was that was beautiful because how we linked, you know, just like I say, you can never just talk to a person on the phone and just expect, you know, everything. You got to come see them in person and see how they operate and get a feel for them. So I definitely, you know, took off work a little early, whatever. I talked to dude, whatever, make sure he was going to be up there, pulled up on him. And, you know, I was like, man, this, that, and the third. I said, send me a mock-up. I need to see a mock-up of this color, this color, this color, and this color. I want hoodies. I want top and bottoms. We ain't doing just shirts. We ain't even boosie like that. And he was like,
boosie means whack for the people that's not from
you know,
Northern California.
Not saying shirts is bad. I'm just saying, though. Like, me personally, like, man, I really appreciate what I do and how I do and how I move, so I want to move correctly. So I just thought if I'm going to get some apparel and I want attention and I want to put that look, I'm going to get a whole, you feel me? I'm going to give them options because, you feel me? Options is better. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you actually realize you got them. You feel what I'm saying? So I moved like that and, man, I'm like, I need this cut. All right. He knew I was about business. All right, money, come on, man. Let's get working. All right. He sent me the mock-up before anything. Like, all right, we winning. Let's get it. Let's work. And I loved it. And then I posted it on Instagram. Pre-orders now. Man, Instagram went crazy. I'm like, okay, this is bigger than me. This is big. They loving this logo. I'm getting, you feel me, all type of love and compliments. I'm like, man, this is all right.
I know I seen it. I'm like, okay, you got a clothing line because you had the clothing line before you had the shop. So you a visionary, basically.
Yeah, basically small steps but bigger. You know what I'm saying? They bigger steps because they impact. That's the biggest game to me, advertisement, self-advertisement. You got to advertise yourself 1,000 different ways. You know what I'm saying? Stickers, water bottles, pens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like I said, watching my dad grind from an early age, just the things how he was moving molded me. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Everything that I did today was molded off something I seen or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And like, it made it easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you move if you this type or if you trying to brand yourself correctly. You know what I'm saying? So, man.
That's dope. You see, I got on my VVS apparel here.
Shout out all the people that helped me out, man. Y'all don't even know, man. Conversation is everything to me. Like I said, I definitely listen. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, appreciate everybody. For real. This ain't no cap. Like, everybody. You feel what I'm saying? Don't think it's me without y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Even though I took the steps, it was y'all conversations. You feel what I'm saying? It was y'all motivation and things like that, good or bad. You feel what I'm saying? I don't knock nothing. For real. It's there for a reason. I just appreciate it to move how I move.
Look, good or bad, they talking, okay, and your brand is out there.
I love it.
So they gonna know about you regardless.
Yeah, but it's hard to hate me though. I mean, wow.
Oh God. Oh my goodness. So about getting the space for the shop and putting everything together, like what kind of process was that? Like getting this establishment. You got a nice size establishment here. It's all right. I love it. I love it.
It was definitely months. This ain't no 2-3 months. You understand me? This is months. You feel what I'm saying? And just looking. You know what I'm saying? But you know how when you're looking, like you know you ain't finna do something. It's like you feel me? You kind of lose interest. You know what I'm saying? So it was me kind of just putting in that footwork. I got tired of like bullshit. You understand me? Like I ain't gonna just waste these people's time talking to them about this, that, and the third, getting these, you know, brokers, whatever, people's contacts and calling them about nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So obviously I need to have my conversation correct to where it's like, hey, you feel me? I'm trying to see something. You feel me? So it definitely like when I got to meet these people and see what was what and different things, it gave me more vision. Like, yeah, I'm really ready for this. So when I came up on this after just like time of looking, it's just, man, like it just made it way easier to just make them moves. Like I promise you, like it just made it way easier. Like, okay, this is already set. Like the floor was here, the walls was green. Well, not all the walls. The walls was like an eggshell white or whatever the case, and then the walls where my logo's at was green. So I was like, man, I see my logo here. So when I seen the space, it was like already ready. You feel what I'm saying? I just seen it bigger. It was just the coloring. You know what I'm saying? But I think my last name made it easier. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's gray. But
okay.
But I knew that my logo would stick harder with that darker blue. You know what I'm saying? Because I know somebody finna go in there and spray paint and not. You feel what I'm saying? Put no sticker. So I was like, all right, do it like this, and I knew that. So I was like, yeah, give me this gray. And my painter, you feel what I'm saying? My painter Ernest, he told me about this like snow globe white. So I'm like, yeah, give me that. That sounds like it's gonna be like some diamonds or something. I like that. That sounds good. You feel what I'm saying? So I like people with vision. When we talking, you gotta have vision when you talk to me. You gotta have more than what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how I like to grow. You feel what I'm saying? So he had more, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I like that. You feel me? Show me some visuals of what it looked like. Oh yeah, that's popping. You feel what I'm saying? So it made it easier, especially when you're thinking about light and barbers working. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay, so I know this is a big accomplishment for you. This is your first shop of many.
First to come. Many to take over.
Okay, so I know it's a big accomplishment for you, and I seen your Instagram, and the mayor of Stockton came to your shop, so that's a pretty big deal. Mayor Kevin Lincoln. Yeah. Like, wow.
That's you know what's crazy? Like I said, it's just knowing the right people and being around the right people. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, like I said, this ain't me without y'all. I promise you, it ain't me without y'all. Cause they was here to see somebody else. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But the owner had came by just cause she wanted to see the space and everything like that. But she was like, I'm gonna have the mayor come over here. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially with me up and running and, looking good. She's like, I'm gonna bring the mayor over here. I'm like, cool, I'll let him meet him. And he came over and everything, and I'm like, man, it's the mayor.
He in your shop.
Yeah,
It's yours.
Yeah, you understand me? This is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had people in here, everybody waiting, they all looking at me. I'm looking at it like, man, it's the mayor. I'm cutting somebody. I'm like, man, he just standing right there. I'm cutting somebody. I'm like, do I want to lead this client? Like, man, I'm kind of working.
Don't lead a client.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Always, I'm thinking like, man, I'm seeing him over there. I'm like, man, cutting. Let me go over there and talk to dude. You feel what I'm saying? Now I got to holler at him, and it was a blessing. He cool dude. You know what I'm saying? For real, like real good dude. And we got to conversate, and that was just a blessing, just being able to meet him and shake hands with him. You know what I'm saying? And him able to see, like I said, be around me being around him, just to see what I done built. You know what I'm saying? I know it was motivation on both ends. You know what I'm saying? Just to see, you know what I'm saying, everything. Like, he was like, man, this young black dude, you feel what I'm saying, in here running, look like he got something right. I'm like, yeah. I'm in here, you feel me, doing my thing. And that was good for him to come out and come see me and everything like that. You feel me? Especially seeing young people, you know what I'm saying? Because I told him my age. I'm like, I'm 29, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you young. Like, you look young, too. I didn't even ask him his age, but...
Two black men standing in greatness. Yeah. Got the mayor, got an entrepreneur.
Definitely. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was words didn't have to explain what the vibe was, and that's just the realest thing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta, you feel me?
The vibe was real.
You can use words, but the vibe is just, you know what it is. You feel what I'm saying? And that was good to have him stop by and see what was up with me, and me being able to see him and see who he was, you know what I'm saying? So, made it easier going down the line, you know what I'm saying? Because, I like to know who and who doing what, so it made it easier, so.
Okay, so let's tell my listeners, the audience, the viewers right now, where they can find you at, your times of operation, where you located, where to find your clothing, just the whole 411 on VVS Kutz.
So, VVS Kutz, 7610 Pacific Avenue, Suite B12. In the same parking lot as Save Mart, right by the post office, next to the H&R block. It's a lot of breakdowns, but I got to. You feel what I'm saying? On Pacific. My Instagram, VVS Kutz, VVS Kutz, VVS Kutz Apparel. I use my website to do bookings. It's vvskutz.net, so book me there. But like I said, all my barbers, you can come in, check us out. Like I said, they got bookings as well on Busky. You got Cam the Barber. You can find him on, I forget what his is, but I know he do bookings. Get his number, come in or something. I got Nassar, you can book with him, and I got D Fabulous Cuts. I got him in here, so definitely book with all my barbers. They go crazy. They some diamonds too, for real. Like, real stand-up gentlemen. Like, God couldn't have put me around nothing better. Like, I appreciate him, and I appreciate the dudes around me, because, man, I love the growth and what we doing. In the last 2 months, it's been beautiful, for real. Like, I'm just blessed. I promise you, man. Like,
blessed, man.
Like, man, I'm just walking with it. And I'm loving what we doing, what we got going, and where we going. Because we're going more than far.
That's sure. Right. You got to see that vision, and you going to execute it. So let's end it off with a word for the listeners, any advice? Maybe somebody might be watching, might want to, start their own barbershop or just be an entrepreneur in general in any field that they want to go into, or any words of wisdom, encouragement. You want to leave them with something on a positive note.
Yeah, it's a lot of good game. You know it. I think just listening. I think when everything feel like it's a negative, listen. Not just to the negative, but to the good. You gotta dwell in both, as if, situations were there. You understand? You gotta just, and then pick what's right for you. Cause we all playing it for keeps. We all playing it for long term. No matter what it is, we playing for keeps. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta play it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So do more than stay humble. Listen. You know what I'm saying? Color don't matter. Just listen, you know what I'm saying? Just listen to people, you know what I'm saying? Everybody different, but listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the biggest game, and really take what you listening to, you know what I'm saying? Don't look to do nothing else with it, but listen, you know what I'm saying? And play the part when it's needed to be used, you feel what I'm saying? Because that's game you didn't possess or already knew, but it's good to keep hearing it because, like I said, this is already designed, so, you must be hearing it for a reason, not a season, so pay attention to what you're hearing, for surely.
That's right. You always got to be a student. I don't care what you're going into. You always got to be able to be teachable and learn something. Even if you don't do nothing with that, you learn something that you didn't know.
Yeah.
So that's definitely facts right there. Thank you for coming on my show.
I had to, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much, you know what I'm saying, just to see the progress and everything. I had to put you on here, I appreciate you. And congratulations. It's more to come, so please be on the lookout, and tap into another episode of Quanitea Radio. It's going to be coming soon,
Got to.
Thank you guys for listening, and we out.